So if you use a camera at all, you know the struggles of trying to find a decent tripod, especially one that's not going to break the bank with costing thousands of dollars, and adding a video tripod with a fluid head on it just complicates things even more. So SmallRig stepped in and said, let us give it a try. So today we're gonna look at how they did with the AD-01 fluid head tripod.
Could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy.
So just a quick disclaimer, I was sent this tripod for the purposes of doing a review, but I'm not getting paid. They don't have any say on what goes into this video. It's all my own thoughts and opinions and views on the tripod, and they don't even get to see the video before it gets published. So first off, what is this tripod meant for? And it is very clearly and definitely a video shooting tripod. It is not going to be photo friendly. Even the style of quick release plate is a style that you would typically find with video gear. It's not going to fit your Arca Swiss tripod plates that you would typically find with a lot of photo gear. So all that just to say, this is a video focused tripod. And I think that it's really meant for shooters of video that are using either primarily mirrorless cameras, or they're switching back and forth between mirrorless cameras and small cinema cameras, or possibly making the transition from shooting mainly with mirrorless cameras to shooting with small cinema cameras, or shooting regularly with one or the other. And the reason I say that is because of, first of all, the weight capacity on this tripod and the mounting option. So it comes standard with both a 1/4-20 typical tripod mount, as well as the 3/8 inch mount that is more common on higher end video gear. And the cool thing about this is that whichever one you're using, the other mounting hardware screws into the tripod itself. So there's no risk, as long as you screw it back in, of losing the mounting hardware and not being able to switch back and forth between the two different styles of mounts. So then to talk a little bit about the design of the tripod. So the fluid head on this is built into the tripod, and there's a few things with that. First of all, this isn't going to be a fluid head that you could switch potentially between different tripods or tripod and monopod or something like that, because it is built in. And that's also going to affect the ability to break this tripod setup down and pack it away into a smaller package or a smaller carrying case or something like that, because you can't take the fluid head off of the tripod. Now, also because of it being built in, it is in a ball joint, so you can unscrew the ball joint and have complete range of motion to get exactly the angle that you want to have your fluid head at. And to make sure you're getting the angle that you want, there is a bubble level built into the fluid head in this tripod. Now, it's not my personal preference of bubble level. I would prefer 2 straight bubble levels, 1 horizontal and 1 vertical, but that's just a personal preference that I would have rather seen a different way. And once you get the angle locked into place, there are also locking pan and tilt motions on the fluid head. And when you turn one knob, it's going to allow you to pan left and right, and turning the other knob will allow you to tilt up and down. Now, neither of these have actually any control on the resistance on the pan or the tilt. It's all just one setting. And I will say that it is a good medium resistance setting. That's going to be a pretty good catch-all setting for most of the things you're doing. If you are doing something like a really fast whip pan motion, something that you would see on like The Office or some kind of sitcom like that, it's not going to work great for that. But for me, it's a really good level of resistance. I'm mostly using that pan setting for slow motion product pans, that kind of thing. And for that, I think it works really great. For most people, it will be a good level of resistance to have for the majority of panning and tilting that you're going to do. So then to the sturdiness of this tripod, and for some reason, I feel like we don't talk about sturdiness in tripods enough, when that's really the entire point of a tripod, is to hold your camera safely and keep any shake out of the shot, whether it's video or photo. And this tripod, because of the size and weight, it does that really well. Even having a cinema camera on this tripod, I feel very secure about the safety of the camera, which is a big deal for me because very early on with my very first camera, I did have it on a tripod that was not a very high quality tripod. And even with having that tripod weighted down, wind came and blew the tripod away, and I just had to sit there and watch my camera on the tripod soaring through the air, and I never want to experience that again. And I have no worries that that is something that would happen with this tripod because, again, it is very sturdy. And with that sturdiness, I'm not worried about camera shake showing up even if I'm panning and tilting. For using this tripod on the go and traveling to shoots, if you're driving to the shoot, I think it's actually really nice. It comes with a high quality carrying case that's padded, and it has extra padding for the fluid head, although again, the fluid head doesn't disassemble from the tripod itself, but the arm on this tripod is removable, so that cuts down on some of the bulkiness, and the carrying case keeps it safe, has a strap that you can put it on your back and carry it to the shoot. So for that purpose, I think it works well. But again, because the fluid head and the tripod are all one piece together, breaking it down to fly with might be an issue depending on the size of the flight case that you're using. In use, extending this tripod to its full height is huge, like too tall for me to comfortably be able to use without having a stool or something. And any tripod, when you extend it to its full height, is going to lose some of its sturdiness, but this doesn't have an extending center column like a photo tripod would or anything like that. So even at its full height, if you have to film at an event where you're filming a stage over the head of the crowds or something like that, I think it would work absolutely fine without any issues. So this tripod is now my main video tripod, especially with my cinema camera. And what that means for me is that I've used it a lot for YouTube and talking headshots in general, documentary interviews and interview shots in general. It's going to be my main tripod for that. And also for B-roll shots, especially anything that needs any type of pan and tilt because of how well the pan and tilt works and how smoothly the pan and tilt looks on this tripod. But overall, I'm very happy with this tripod and it works great for my needs. So if your needs are similar to mine, I think that it will work great for you and I have no problem recommending it. And for the quality that you get for this price, I think it's pretty much unbeatable. And as long as the few drawbacks aren't an issue for you, so that means not being able to dial in the exact resistance on the pan and tilt, also not being able to break the size down as much because of the fluid head not disconnecting from the tripod itself and using that for travel and flights and stuff like that. If those things aren't an issue for you, then I have no problem recommending this tripod at all. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, let me know, are you looking for a video tripod or something with a fluid head? Are you using one now? If so, what are you using and what do you think about it? If you're interested in this tripod or any of the other gear that I've talked about or mentioned, I have links in the description below. Those will be affiliate links, so if you use them at no extra cost to you, it'll help support this channel so that I can continue making videos for you guys. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button so that you can keep up with all the videos that I make on this channel. Thanks, see ya.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find what you love and excel, yeah. Push and pull and repel any hate, go create what you want, feel compelled, yeah.